One way, viewer discretion is advised. The following video contains strong language, which may be offensive to some viewers and or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only. Thank you.
Hello, welcome to One Way or Another. And this is the weekly podcast. We've got your man, James.
How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, good man.
No shirts today.
Me. You got no what?
We've got no shirts today or hair done.
Oh, and the glasses and all that, doing the Sopranos of the week. And we've also got a lovely girl. I love that. Roxanne, my missus, she's getting on it because, according to Roxanne, by the way, James, this could be our first topic. She said to me before when we were doing one of the reaction videos, we're going to have to do another reaction for Love Island for me fans.
That is not what I said. That's not what I said.
23 subscribers.
I got hit on today twice. Whilst
Not because of
driving.
YouTube.
No, not because of YouTube.
So it's nothing to do with.
No, you were the one who said. Do you think it was because you were on YouTube? I don't know. Maybe they saw me on YouTube.
We don't have that many views of
But
people
I
in
don't
London
think
watching
that
us.
this face is that beautiful that I get hit on twice in one day.
I feel like every now and then I just need to find the mute button for this show.
I was going to say, right, if Roxanne ever does this again, we're going to have to do one called Couples Therapy where you just ask us questions.
Yeah. That actually, in fact, like, because obviously I just want to know, like, you both kind of have your separate lives, even though you're together, didn't you? Because you're out a lot, aren't you? You're out a lot.
Yeah.
I'm always checking on her though.
Oh yeah.
Yes, you see him like, hi.
The newspaper.
Who's that?
With the eyeballs cut
Let me
out.
call.
But Rox, he doesn't even
What
have
am
to
I
do this.
doing?
He doesn't even have to do this. He just comes up to a fence and just goes like that.
No, I do the old sitting on a park bench with the newspaper with the eye holes cut out. Who's that fucking fella she's with? It'd be like the bin man putting the bins out.
No, do you know, just picking up on that quickly, like, what one of our topics you said was going to be like looking for a newspaper. That'd be a bit like that purple wacky he was on about in a park.
Right, so that's topic number one, isn't it? So, right, James is obviously from London, I'm from Liverpool, and Rox is from God knows where, what planet. But Liverpool, yeah. Although you're originally London.
I'm originally London, Hackney.
Really?
Yeah, born in Hackney, E17.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But obviously Scouse because he lived in Liverpool. But so
My story's very strange, though, isn't it?
that's a different show.
Yeah.
That's a therapy show. That
Yeah, is that therapy?
I was about to say, like, are you Scouse now because you've got Scouse in you, but not right now.
No, Scouse is the move to
It's not in it right now.
Maybe later, James. Maybe later.
That could bend right round that. That could bend right round.
But yeah, but no, she is like from young age Scouse. So, but James has never heard of Purple Aki.
Not until...
Before we go into this, I have to explain to everyone what Purple Aki is and why we didn't make the name. So Purple Aki is this nonce that lived in Toxteth in Liverpool, who was renowned for going around touching people's muscles and feeling their muscles. And like anyone who was sort of like 18 above and was muscular, he'd go and feel them up. But his real name's Akinwale Adebeki. I can't believe I can pronounce that. But Akinwale Adebeki, so that's where the Aki comes from.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, in the 80s, when his story started, people were a little bit, it's okay, it's not racist, but he's purple because he's so black, he's purple. And that's why the other phrase was...
The newspapers dubbed him Purple.
Well, they were very careful how they did it. They put Akinwale Adebeki on the headline and then they said people refer to him as Purple Aki. But it was a different time back then. We are not suggesting you should go find a black friend and call him purple.
Yeah,
That is not what we're saying. At the same time, it's kind of funny that there's a nonce running around touching people's muscles called Purple Aki. Does amuse me. If that offends you, go fucking suck a dick. I don't care.
Just as well he's not into fat lads. I'm all right then.
Yeah. Well, I'm half and half.
But this guy, right, I've got a couple of questions because it does bug me out a little bit, right? It's like everyone knows this Purple Aki, right? but only few people have actually seen him, haven't they?
No.
Everyone's seen him.
Everyone in Liverpool mostly have seen him.
So he isn't like an actual boogeyman. People,
no, people know who he is. People know who he is.
He is though. So the first time I ever heard Purple Aki, I must have been about 6, 7 or 8, something like that. My mum, because she was a single mum, sent me out with my older brother, and she'd be like, "You just look after him for the day. Go to the fucking park. Do what you want to do. Don't kill anyone. Don't get anyone pregnant. You fucking sound." And like, I'd be out with Keith and his friends, and they'd just wind me up. If they were talking about girls, I'd have to go stand in the corner, and they'd always. And if I did anything wrong, this is how I first heard them. They go, "Oh, if you don't shut the fuck up and stay over there, Neil, Purple Aki's going to come and get you and bum you." And I'd be like, "What?" I'm like 8. What the fuck's bumming? I don't like the sound of that. And who the fuck is Purple Aki? That's so he was a boogeyman, like massively. Yeah. I've seen him like twice in the street.
Because of the way everyone's like going around, watch out, Purple Aki's going to get you. He's a bit like the way Candyman was like portrayed, isn't it? Oh,
yeah, except you see him.
Yeah,
except you see him. You see him twice.
Except when you say
Purple Aki in the military sound, he was
someone squeezes your muscles and slides up your butt. You don't want to say that in the minute. Unless you're that way inclined.
Is he still around then? Or is he like
he's
still around?
Massively.
Yeah? Did he just get out of prison or something? He went to prison for something, didn't he?
Yeah, well, he's had like 70 offences. I looked it up like when I was basically James asked me who he was, and I thought James is gonna think I'm talking nonsense here. If he's never heard of this, then he's gonna think there's some 6'7" black guy running around Liverpool and wherever else, Manchester, London, he's been everywhere. Because he got barred from the city of Liverpool. He actually, so somebody died by his hand. Now,
I didn't know that.
So this isn't funny. So there was a kid. So Liverpool's the city, and then you've got the water, and then the Whittle. Yeah. And in Birkenhead, there was some kid that he was touching up and feeling his muscles and stuff like that. And the kid reported them to the police, and the police went, "Oh, well, you get a restraining order. You know, he's gone to court and I got a restraining order." And then he's been, I don't know if it was Hamilton Square or Birkenhead train station, wherever it was in the Whittle. He's been at the train station and Purple Aki's turned up and he's tried to jump the tracks and the train's not been far away. He got electrocuted and died. But Purple Aki claimed racism, saying, even though...
yeah, he escaped prison for that, didn't he?
Yeah, so he didn't go to jail for it, because he claimed that the guy's racist and ran away from him because he was black, even though he had a restraining order out against him from the same lad to say, "No, he keeps touching me muscles and asking me to squat." And the squatting thing, about 20 different reports say, he makes you squat, and when you squat, you get a stiffy. And it's like fucking really weird and noncy. And the other report is, and this is a direct quote. Well, I'm paraphrasing from the Liverpool Echo. He squats while your legs are over his shoulders and your head's by his willy, and he does squats while he's holding you.
So like a stand-up 69 kind of thing, or
James is so familiar. Yeah, but that's just basic first date. I'm lucky if I get to second base, mate. Yeah. Some people like to finger, some people like a stand-up 69, just like me. Look into my eyes or my balls, whichever.
Have you got his number?
Would you like a bottle of Chardonnay wine, and then straight after we just go straight to stand-up 69?
Yeah, 100%. I'm game.
Well, this guy, right? So he's obviously got a fetish. Has he actually sexually assaulted anyone before?
Well,
I don't know.
So the way in which he does a lot of it is, so this, again, I'm taking this from the Echo, the rag that it is, but the Liverpool Echo had put down, he goes to the lengths of learning people's dad's registration plates and where they live and this, that and the other. And he basically says, if you don't let me touch your muscles and make you do this, that and the other, I will kill your dad. I will go into your house and do this, that and the other. And that is his way of getting in. But what he's asking people to do, he's got like this muscle obsession. So he's not quite that bad that, you know, he's raped anyone, to my knowledge. But it's also really strange and noncy the way he's just like, I just want to squeeze your bicep while I've got a stiffy. I don't think I'd want that.
I don't think anyone would.
Roxwood.
Well, it depends what you're into, isn't it?
Squeeze your bicep while I get a stiffy.
Yeah. But there are people like that. Do you know what I mean? Even down south, that remember the thing that I showed you, Anil? The guy that likes getting his feet put in his face and stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
what's he called though?
Oh, Spitman. Yeah.
And Purple Aki sounds a bit fun and jovial. You sent me something called Spitman, and I thought, am I getting arrested if I open this?
Yeah. And it's basically just a guy that goes around to like council estate houses. You know, like you have the stairwells that go like to each floor, like in between levels and that. And it's all enclosed, so he gets like lads that he finds off the street to piss on him and stuff, but he pays them money to do it.
So
okay.
there was a guy. Keith told me about this fucking years and years ago. On the Northern Line, which is like from the city centre through sort of Vauxhall, Old Town, all the way through to Southport, there was a guy who, I don't know if he's a bit special in the head. Well, he obviously is because of what he does, but he goes around and pays people for their socks and has to take it off. And then he's like,
he does that with it.
And then he just sort of puts that in his pocket and goes, thank you, walks off, and that's that. But Keith said it.
We found the corporate. We found her.
There he is.
Yeah.
Didn't realise he was talking about himself for a while then.
But seriously, like, that's weird as fuck.
That is, it's crazy. There's some weird ass people. People have made so much money from this guy just asking them to put their feet in his face and basically piss on him. This guy's got to be a millionaire and just like really bored of his money.
Yeah, but if I was a millionaire and I was bored with my money, I'd do more like the Hunger Games type stuff. Do you remember the Van Damme film Hard Target? And he used to just go get tramps and say, 4 of you will die tonight, 1 will live. Who will make it? And then it's just like the Running Man, and he just kills them all with bow and arrow and shit like that.
Yeah. And
Van Damme just happened to be an ex-Marine / homeless person for the day, but got caught up in this scenario. And then despite him having this guy an AK-47s, roundhouse the kicking shit out of everyone.
But this guy's like really bored of his money and going, there's 4 of you, and I only want 1 of you to piss on me and 1 of you to put my feet on me, and the rest of you can piss on me after.
Mate, there's
really weird people out there. I'm not gonna lie.
So you know that one I like. I mean,
Which
I'm not into all the YouTuber stuff despite doing this. But that Jack mate, if you haven't seen him, have you? The guy from Norwich. Yeah. So he's got some girl on who does OnlyFans, and she's going on. So what's it called? The coil when you stick it up in you?
Yeah, it's coil.
Yeah, but she calls it something else.
What's she called?
I just know it as that thing that I might prick my dick on.
No, because you're not going to prick your dick on it because the coil
is
completely...
Still scared.
Yeah, it's like all them guys when you're pregnant and like, no, I'm going to poke the baby. It's completely different place.
Sometimes you try to poke the baby though.
No.
See if it's big enough.
No, you're never going to be that big. No.
Yeah. A baby.
No.
I'm only joking. That's weird.
But yeah,
so she said, this OnlyFans girl, some guy paid her, said, oh, you're taking the coil out? I'll pay you to have it. And then she sold it for like however many grand or whatever. And this guy just bought it and just like,
maybe you get them in for free every day. Like,
I don't know what he does with it. Sniffs it while he jacks off.
If that was me, if I'm getting paid to like so many grand, I'd just get one put in and be like, yeah, I lost it.
If you take the coil out, can I have it?
No, can you fuck? It's weird.
Sorry, really lost what we're talking about here.
It's all right. It's all right. It's only my birthday in a month. Fuck off.
But like, right, go back to Purle, right? Yeah. So he's had so many convictions and that. But why does he keep getting released?
Well, you murder someone, mate, in England, and you're out in 10 years. Just you're touching someone's muscles, aren't you?
Yeah, you rape someone, you're out in like 2 maximum.
Yeah, Bill Cosby in America just got off with a technicality after fucking date raping thousands.
He's actually not raping people. He's just
he is
feeling the muscles.
Oh no, Purple Aki,
Yeah, Purple Aki is only feeling muscles. He's making people feel uncomfortable. He hasn't actually physically done anything wrong. The one thing that you don't understand, like in England, if you're stalked, if somebody's being inconvenienced or whatever, unless they actually physically assault you, there's nothing the police can do.
That's what I was saying. He's not actually properly sexually.
He's not actually committing a crime.
Well, no, but to be fair though, so obviously I've done law and did the degree in that. So is it ABH? Is like if I made you feel uncomfortable while touching you, that can be constituted as ABH.
Right.
Is it? Yeah, grievous bodily harm is like physical. ABH is actual bodily harm. So like if I'm a bit sort of like, oh, I want to smell your knickers tonight and you work for me, that's like ABH.
No, Neil, not tonight. We've done it last night.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, you just give me the coil.
If you have the coil, you're gone for a month.
No work will get done. But yeah, so it's weird like that. So he is committing a crime. He's got about 70 offences. But there's a kid, I sent you this kid as well, Darren G. There was a massive war between the G's and the Rights in Liverpool in like the sort of noughties, like 2000 whatever. And literally like around Vauxhall and that, like people were getting shot up, stabbed up and everything. And they were at the centre of it. But Darren G's had a nick now out of whatever things he's had to do. And he went on something called James English's Anything Goes, and he does like real crime stuff. And he's going on about Purple Aki and all that. And he turns around, and how true it is, I don't know, because he makes a lot of accusations. He's entertaining to watch, like, go watch it. I think James English might have took it down because they had the beef side, doesn't matter. But he made the accusation that Purple Aki is protected by a lot of the gangsters in Liverpool because he knows who are nonsense and not. And, you know, they all seem to protect him for whatever reason. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But the police know what he's up to, but they just, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove in law. That's the be all and end all.
Yeah, it's up to, I mean, the laws in England are a bit relaxed.
I know, literally, I had a big black guy follow me to the sunbed, pretend that he was my missus, saying I'd left something in the sunbed, follow me to the shop, then follow me to my house, knock at my house, and ask for me. And then when I went and reported it to the police, they told me, well, he hasn't broken any laws, and so he breaks any laws, we can't do anything.
Kind of is if he's impersonating your fucking being your
it's
boyfriend and
fraud,
that.
Isn't it? Fraud.
Yeah, because he could be getting information or anything about you. He's learned where you live. That's like obtaining your private data.
Can you not get a restraining order for it though?
No, we couldn't do anything through the police. So what we did next time we saw him, we just walked up with a couple of adults that we knew and said, you fucking come around here again, you're going to see what happens. Yeah. And that was the way that we dealt with that. Same guy, seeing a friend of mine who was in college and threw 20 quid on the floor and opened the door and said, like, basically, so when she bends down to grab 20 quid, she's going to grab it, put it in. She grabbed the 20 quid, threw the door in his face and said, fuck off, and just had 20 quid off you. And he was hanging around, that college for about 3 weeks.
I've had you off your nuts, fuck off.
I know, yeah. I wish I would come to my house and do that. It's 20 quid, yeah, cheers, mate. But, what's your like sort of opinion on that? Like when I told you, did that just seem completely unbelievable or what? It freaked me out a bit, to be fair. It did actually. I got a bit of a chill off it, watching the programs and that, because there are not just saying like Aki's doing like that, but he not in that sexual way. Do you know what I mean? Like, but there are people that are fucking doing it. Do you know what I mean? Like that aren't even getting caught.
Yeah, I mean,
are doing worse things, you know?
Massively.
I was watching the old Michael Jackson documentary, Living in Neverland or something like that. You know, the one where the what's the journalist's name? He spends like a day with him.
Bashir, Martin Bashir.
Yeah. I watched that one back, and I was going, yeah, this is just weird, isn't it? You know, why didn't no one ever see this when that?
No, they saw it. They saw it 100%.
Yeah, no, the police
parents
went
of those children saw it.
Do you want to hear a funny story, right? This reminds me, you know, the In-Betweeners, where they're trying to get to the front of the Nemesis in Thorpe Park.
Yeah.
And then the Dan, right? So I was in a pub called the Liver in the thingy when that come out in the beer garden, and I'm sitting there going, he's a fucking nonce because he gives kids Jesus juice. He has his own fucking kids playground thingy park and all this, and some like autistic Down syndrome. It was like 20 odd year old Down syndrome person came over and went, don't you say that about Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson is my fucking hero. You take that back. Apologise now. I had like 4 of my mates sat around me and they all just looked at me and went, what's he going to do here? Because this is weird. And I just went, so sorry. Michael Jackson's a legend. Apologise.
Yeah, but I'm not being funny.
Head of the hands. What was I going to say? Ruin this fucking kid's dream. I was like, it's just a joke. I'm sorry. I didn't mean any of it.
But
Michael
what's your
Jackson
two opinions on it, though? On that scenario with Michael Jackson, do you think he did it? Do you think?
I think 100% he did it. 100% the parents knew that he did it or was doing it. They went and got money out of it. I'm not being funny enough. And you look at the older generation from us. Everybody was abused by somebody. So to be abused by Michael Jackson is better than...
He was abused by his dad.
I got a waggling finger.
No.
I'm just saying you two abuse each other.
Oh, yeah, but that's a different kind of consensual abuse. Consensual abuse is much better than, unconsensual abuse, which leads to prison, death row, being put on.
He knew himself what he was doing, though. He knew himself what he was doing because
but the thing is,
to pay him off.
No, he paid them off because...
That's guilt right there, isn't it?
Yeah, but the thing is, in America, you'll have trial by media. So even if he is innocent,
which he isn't,
all of that fucking information is out in the press, giving kids vodka and juice and saying it's Jesus juice, just have that before bed. The fact of the matter is, even if he didn't follow through and do anything, the intention was clearly there. He's giving kids alcohol. He's having them sleep in his bed, and no one can account for what happened. And the problem is, you do it beyond reasonable doubt is the burden of proof.
Reasonable doubt. If you give kids alcohol, you're planning to make them.
The burden of proof, like the equivalent. So in a civil case, burden of proof is 50-50. So if I'm a judge and you've crashed into the back of me and I'm saying he reversed into me, I'd have to be 51% in someone's favour, and that'd be the burden of proof. In America, they have beyond reasonable doubt. So there has to be one reasonable doubt for you to say, well, I've got a reasonable doubt he mightn't have done it, therefore he gets off. But Michael Jackson was that convinced that no one would have a reasonable doubt that his lawyers have said, pay them off before the court, because they will be convinced beyond a reasonable doubt that you are a nonce because you've been giving kids alcohol. And these kids are saying you've done this. They have no reason to lie. That's very suspicious to me. And you can say all this stuff you want about what's in the media, but his own lawyers have told him to pay these people off because he will be proved beyond a reasonable doubt.
And it goes to show that celebrities, they have their higher powers because there's a documentary that came out in 2019. It's about Michael Jackson's maid. And she comes out and says what actually happened in that house in like Neverland.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
No, you need to look that up. A bit of a spoiler like for you two, but she basically says he used to pay me money to not say things and then say come over to her and say stuff like, what do you know? I want to know what you know.
Well, one of the biggest things was one of the kids, I can't remember exactly how it went, but one of the kids said he had a mole somewhere around and about by his genitals. And the police made him stand on a table and pull his pants down, and they seen that the mole was there. So the kid's obviously seen.
Yeah.
I mean, that for me is at least indecent exposure, which is a penalty for me if you're in a kid's care.
Yeah.
That's...
Well, you're on the sex offenders list for 10 years over here for indecent exposure, which it could be you're having a wee on the school
at 2
a.m. in the morning, which is what happened to one of my old managers back in England.
Right, so I don't want to say this kid's name because he's fucking nails, but he's well known by ours. You know, we met him before. But it was said in the Echo that he went on the list for this, but he was doing protection racket on this shop down Waterloo, and he picked the guy up, threw him on the floor, put his balls on the counter. He went, "How'd you like them big fat balls, you knobhead? Better give me fucking money." But because he put his balls and dick on the counter, he got done for exposure and got put on the list.
What?
Yeah, it's fucking loony.
I feel like, right, okay, so I feel like I want to just quickly move off this subject, but Purple, he's a real person, yeah?
Yeah,
yeah. But he's still roaming around. How old's he got to be now then?
Oh, he's in his 50s, like.
Is he, yeah?
But he's still built like a shit brick house, is he?
Brick shit house. You did this, right? So the one we've just put on, fucking the Love Island reactions.
Yeah.
Oh, the lights are on, but no one's answering the door. Fucking useless. Do you want to go to the toilet?
Heart in my hand.
Do you want to go to the toilet? Do you want to go to the toilet? Fuck off! You're not having a ciggy. He's trying to text you saying, "Can we pause?" No, you can wait for a ciggy. Wait.
Is that what it was? Is that what it was?
I thought you needed the loop. You go have a ciggy, I'll sit here and I'll carry it on and be professional. This is going on. So all your fans to hit on you in the streets. Go on.
I expected the side cheeking on.
I expected
why our guest, our special guest is going away for personal reasons. We can touch on the subject of, is Boris Johnson a Russian?
Oh yes. obviously everyone knows that we were struggling for subjects, not because we didn't have subjects to choose from, but because we were just late in choosing it. And I decided that the name Boris was definitely Russian.
Gotta be.
Even more so, have you ever seen GoldenEye?
Yeah.
And the guy's called Boris, even though he's a Scottish actor playing a Russian, he goes, "I am invincible!" And the whole thing based on him being fucking crazy. And have you ever played the game, GoldenEye? There's a lot of him running around going, "I am invincible!" But he was called Boris.
What a game that was as well, by the way. Big shout out to that game.
He's pale, he's blonde, and he does fuck all for England. In fact, he does a lot to fuck up England. I think he's Russian.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that guy, he's got to be an informant, isn't he, or something like.
Well, Rox went to me. She went, "That's a pretty thin subject." I went, "But if we can start the conspiracy, maybe we can fucking get him out."
We might get some comments. Comment below what you think. Is he a Russian? Is he not? Is he?
Yeah. I heard off my mate's dog that he was.
Yeah. I just came out of it.
Yeah, but I do think that's a very thin subject, and I think that's pretty much.
Yeah, I do. One thing I do, right? Cause, on the talk about the UK and stuff like that, being Boris involved, you were talking about bonfire night, yeah, to me, like before.
Yes,
right? But I know Rox has to come into this because Rox was like.
I don't think she should.
Right,
she's got very extreme views.
But I was like looking there to things that like 20 stupid things that Britain do, yeah, that no one else can understand. Like number one was, why do British people put carpet in their toilet, in their bathroom?
Soaks up the piss, doesn't it? It's weird.
That's what I mean. Yeah, why? Like it's a weird thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's better than watching the floorboards rot.
Yeah, but I'm saying, why did you not just tile it?
I think we're all fucking poor because we're not Boris. I bet you Boris has got fucking diamond floors, hasn't he?
Just have concrete floor. Yeah, it's just chic.
Yeah, it's one of them things. So carpet, or even if you don't have carpet, they get them little rugs that go in, and you've got to wash them every now and then, which means that while it's washing and drying, you can't piss.
Especially if you're a bloke, because you stand up. Well, some people, most men do. It's a known fact, actually, that it's better for men to piss sitting down because it's.
I have a sit down piss every now and then if I'm feeling special.
Yeah, but it's good for your. Can't think.
I think it's more when you have a shit in it. It makes the shit go. Boop. I don't know if it's so much for a piss.
Yeah, no, but it's meant to make it's meant to clean out your is it your bladder like better or something like that? Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
I did not know that, mate.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the struggle of educating Neil again.
But yeah, it's like men standing up. I watched this other thing where this guy basically goes to this woman and goes, look, there's a bottle, right? There's a bucket, right? Now you get the hose pipe, you put it in between your legs, and I'm going to turn it off and on how a guy pisses, and you tell me that you can get that in that hole straight away.
Fucking hell, mine's a little bit different from a hose pipe, like.
No. He does it like realistically, like, so he goes shorter, and then she gets like something like that, and he goes, no, a bit bigger. But when she does it, he turns it on, and it's like it comes out like in spurts. You know what I mean, she just gets it everywhere to start with. And he was like, so next time you have a go at me for pissing on the floor, then you know how hard it is now. Do you know what I mean?
So I have got the best story, but I cannot tell you who this guy is.
Okay.
Right. So when I used to do the whiplash claims, I don't even know if I'm going to get myself in trouble about this.
Maybe.
So I'm in the gym, right? He's going to fucking kill me, and he's hard as well. Like he's murdered people in Afghan and that. Like,
all right.
Right. So my mate's like ex-fucking army and that, right? And he's come back from fucking, I don't know if it was 2 tours of Iraq or Afghan, but he's done them. And he's talking to me in the gym, and he's a bit hard up and that. And like we're training together, like getting huge. I mean, I think I was benching about 180 on the bench. I'm just saying that just to show off. But like we were fucking smashing it. I was like fucking tanked. And Gary was. And Kevin was as well.
And Jeff.
Right. Forget that I said that name. Fucking forget it. But I'm just going to have to get hunted down and shot by a sniper rifle. But right, so he went. So what happens with them whiplash claims and all that? Talking to me, I'm explaining to him and that, like, people do dodgy claims and stuff. Next thing I get this call at about like fucking 6 a.m. He goes, you never guess what happened to me last night. And I just remembered this talk. It seemed too detailed, the information he wanted. He went, I had a fucking crash last night. Like, did you, lad? Yeah, would never have guessed that. So it's all right, sound. So I put the fucking claim through our solicitors and that, going through it, and the third party insurers, they're like, well, we want to see your medical records just to make sure none of your injuries were pre-existing, which is pretty standard in certain claims. Because if you've got a whiplash, but you've had, say that whiplash is where a 12-month prognosis and it's like $3,500.
Yeah.
If you've already got a bad back, they can maybe like pay you a little bit less because in your medical records it said you had a shoulder injury. So it's not just the whiplash, it's that shoulder injury, for instance. So he went, oh, I'm not giving them my medical records. I'm like, why not? Like, lad, I can't tell you, but I'm not giving you the medical records. I'm like, well, let me go back and speak to them and just say it's too much trouble. Can we just come to an agreement? So I went to them, look, it's like a 12-month prognosis, $3,500. Can we just settle this maybe at like fucking $3,000? I'm not getting the medical records here. And all that does is spike their interest. Want to see the medical records? What's up with it? Can we get this down to 2? So I'm like, oh, fucking knew it. But I told them this would be a problem. So I went back to him and went, look, you can get no money or you can get us some medical records. And he went, are you the only one who's going to see them? And I went, probably, unless something happens. Because I've intrigued myself. I'm like, maybe. So he brings them in, he gets his medical records. And what he's done, right, this is a fucking true story. It's not just him telling me. I have read his medical records. So from when he was young, right, so basically right there, I'll start. He went to the doctors and said, it's burning while I piss. The doctor's going, have you been shagging loose women? I think he was stationed. I don't know what to say where he was stationed because
no, don't.
There'll be more clues to who he is. Right. But he's going, it's burning when I piss. The doctor's going, well, you shagged any loose women? He's going, yeah, but it's not that. I've been in the clinic and that. I've got nothing wrong. And he's like, all right, sound, well, what else? And they go through like the fucking rigmarole and all that. Can't find nothing wrong with him. And eventually, like after the 3rd visit, the doctor goes, is it that bad? He goes, yeah. He goes, how do you piss? And he goes, oh, well, I do this thing. Like, he goes, what? So, you know when you stick your thumb under a tap and the water squirts out the side?
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes, sometimes I do that for like a minute. Don't let any of it come out. And I just let it go. But he's been doing it since he was 9 fucking years old, to the point where he's burned all the inside of his cock with all the acid in his piss.
Oh, no.
And it's made his urethra like 5 times bigger.
No.
I'm like, oh my fucking God, lad. So I read these medical records and I did the only thing I thought right. I made photocopies and passed them around the office. Honestly, lad, I was like, this is fucking hilarious. I was going to let everybody see this. Passed them to everyone. Like, I told him I did it, so he can't get angry about that. But
hang on. Right. So
seriously,
you're telling me, right? The most shocking thing I'm hearing from this, Neil, is that you've sent it out to everyone.
Yes.
No.
Have you not met Neil before?
It's not a breach of data protection because everyone was under contract, allowed to look at the data. And he laughed when I told him, because I think he just come to terms with the fact that he'd got all that stress off his shoulders that people knew now.
Have you ever been like in a hurry where you proper tense to just try and get it out? Like, I've done that.
He went, this might sound like an obvious joke. He went, but the doctor was curious. He went, so how do you shit if that's the way you piss? He was like, what did he want to know? Just shoot you through the porcelain.
No, but if he's doing that with his like cock, and holding it in with his thumb, what's he doing when he's shitting?
Yo, mate, yeah, square out. Going above the rim on the porcelain. Above the flush. Sometimes it slips in.
Oh,
but
my God.
He is the funniest lad you'll ever meet. Like, I've never seen him come over and talk to people. But the fact that, like, if you'd have told me that, I'd have thought maybe it's a bit of an over-exaggerator. See this fucking medical record? It's fucking 100% true. That's one joke to follow it through and tell your doctor.
Right. First thing I thought when I heard that story was, have you ever tried that? No, because like it seems very intriguing.
Because it burns the inside of your cock out.
Yeah, but it burnt the inside of his cock out that much.
He said it gives you a rush.
They must have thought that he might have had like chlamydia or something.
You're going to try it, aren't you?
He said it builds up the pressure and that. And he said it's like a rush. And then you sort of squirt out and it slowly releases. Honestly, he was so descriptive.
That is crazy.
I might send this to
you. Who's going to try it?
So we've got off the toilet like topics.
I don't even know why we started this story.
Because I was on about like what British people do that are, like everyone else thinks is stupid, right? And there was
I wonder why. James.
There was another thing, right? There's another thing. When everyone's in a bar on holiday, right? English people, or even at home, to be fair, like in England, if someone drops a glass, it's a traditional thing that English people go, "Way!"
Yeah. They're in school, you drop a plate or something.
Or even if it's a 79-year-old OAP with a trick hip, she fell over. She fell over.
No one else in the world is like that.
I actually got kicked out of a college because of that. Girl, we were all in this hairdressing college. Bear in mind, didn't know what I wanted to do. I was just being a hairdresser for hairdresser's sakes. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, we were in this college, applying to go to this college, and this girl gets them at lunchtime, and her skirt was too tight, and she went, fuck off, flew on her ass, and I'm pissing myself laughing. And the woman who's like the teacher went, I don't think this college is for you. Maybe not, no love.
We're a race of just pissing people off because they've just made themselves look shit, and basically, you know, that's the worst thing that could ever happen to them. And then there's all of us not going, hey, look at that fucking loser.
You know what, James, though? Do you think that's the case now? Because we watched that Love Island last night and did the reaction, and Rox had to stop me because I was just getting pissed off and ranting at the screen. Oh, I'm insecure. You're taking the piss, calling me fake because I've got fake this. I think this new generation of fucking people are just that much of a fucking gang of pussies. Yeah. I think they take the piss out of anyone without fear of fucking either being reprimanded or upsetting someone.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not being funny. I remember
very PC.
When you just have a fight.
I remember.
I don't think anybody has fights anymore.
I don't know.
No,
Enough people are stabbing each other, aren't they?
Yeah, but stabbing someone's completely different to having a fight. Like, oh, I disagree with you, so I'm going to knock you out.
Yeah.
No one can disagree with anyone anymore.
I'm not talking about people knocking each other out. I'm saying, like, what are me and my mates like, they were literally, I remember one of my mates, fucking Bird, split up with him, and instead of consoling him and all that, like they do on Made in Chelsea and Love Island, we even made up this guy, Pierre the Long Dick, got some French fucking frogs fucking goosing and out, throwing one up there. So bad. And we made Dave Barker literally had him by the head while we held him going, just like, that was our sense of humour, just to fucking ruin his life that little bit more, just to make us feel better that we had to sit there listening to him cry like a bitch.
Yeah.
But nowadays it's like, oh, are you okay, bro?
No, I'm not. You got your hands on me.
Do you need to put something in the accident book?
Yeah.
Fucking shut up and grow up. Just get over it. Go stick your dick in something else. It'll make you feel the best.
So we got now we got Rox here, right? Our special guest.
Yeah.
Britain's like
special need guest.
What Britain people do that are a bit stupid, right? We're still celebrating this Guy Fawkes night, yeah.
Right, I love this thing. I love it. Right, look at Neil.
Right. So, just so we understand, Rox said to me before when we discussed this subject, she went, "I think we should discuss Guy Fawkes. I don't think he gets the recognition he deserves. He has his own fucking day.
Yes, he does.
His own fucking day. He's got a bonfire night. Yeah. Guy Fawkes night.
Yeah, he has his own day. But
his name pre-cases a fucking day.
Right, but we don't understand, well, as a nation and all the new people, the kids and shit, new people, that's what I mean.
New people?
They don't,
you mean immigrants? You're racist.
I mean the kids, right? The kids don't understand it. So Guy Fawkes basically wanted to blow up the Houses of Parliament because he disagreed with what they were doing, yeah? Which all of us nowadays, we all disagree with what the fucking people in power are doing because they lie to us and they're fucking bullshit.
He's got a point, yeah.
So, end of the day, he should have blew that shit up, yeah. He shouldn't have got caught, someone ratted him out. Little Tory bastard.
Why is he a Tory?
I don't know what Tory.
I think they had Tories and Labour back then. I think they just had their governments.
I honestly don't know the difference, right? But it's all the.
Glad we're listening to you then.
But every single person in government lies to us. They have done for a long time, which is why when COVID's come about, nobody wants to believe it because they're either like, well, they're lying to us about this, or it's much worse than what they're saying, and they're lying about that because they must be lying about something.
It's one of them. It's they've lied so much. You find it.
I've blanked out.
So my main thing is, right, whoever you put in government is gonna fuck it up.
I think they should put you in.
They always. If they put me in, I'd probably fuck it up, but I'd put my hands on and say, I'm fucked up. Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't have sent them nukes to Japan. But you know what they fucking said to me? He said, you haven't got the guts. I said, you're calling Marty McFly a fucking chicken. I fucking send them nukes right now. Get me the fucking tridents. Get me the tridents. I want to send some fucking nukes to Japan.
Right, but what the essential thing of what I'm saying is, whoever is in power in government, doesn't matter whether it's the Green Party, Red Party, Blue Party, left, right, whatever, I don't know, we've got...
I think it's only the Green.
I don't care. Right, whoever gets put in power, they have that much power to begin with. Whatever good intentions they've got is getting corrupted by whoever's got investments inside the government already.
I know, I was going to just say, George Orwell said, absolute power corrupts. Yes. Absolutely. And that's what you're trying to say, but just in one sentence.
Okay, so... I believe that if we get rid of the government, we still function properly as a society. So blowing up the Houses of Parliament back then would have probably been the best route for us as a society. I think someone should do it now. I'm calling you all out.
I just wanted to know if fireworks were are acceptable or not.
So it says, remember the 5th of November, light up the sky with fireworks.
Yeah. So, but we're a race of people that we celebrate a guy that failed to blow up the Houses of Parliament, which we don't agree with the Houses of Parliament most of the time. And
so we should say you fucking failed.
We use fireworks to our own discretion to blow up things.
Right. I think I'd be a great politician. I want you to each give me topics and I will deal with it now. I will deal with global topics right now.
All right. Okay. Housing crisis and helping those who work with childcare. Go.
So, housing crisis, build more houses.
Simple.
Yeah.
Why hasn't it been done?
Because
shit, get out.
Because they're cutting all the taxes for all Amazon and Google and everybody else.
But everybody else pays the taxes.
I said, ask me a question, not fucking berate me. You in the back.
You are a government.
I'm asking the head of Commons to shut. Ultimate what? Ultimate what? I love you.
Just gonna put some elevator music in the background there. Listen, everyone has their own opinions on politics. I want to kind of swiftly get away from that because we ain't here for just talk.
Yeah, that's I didn't want to do it.
Are we going to talk about fast food?
Yes, let's get on the fast foods, right? And what we think is the best fast food.
Sorry, James. The caser has got a hand on it. And she went, is that hand going to be there? I went, yeah, it is. And then I started drawing it over her boobie. And she's going, no, get it off.
I'm putting it in my mouth.
Wait. Oh, it's on your nose. Anybody watching doesn't know what's happening.
I know, yeah.
Fast food. What's your favourite fast food?
Stop hosting when you're not the host.
No. Let's
What's your favourite fast food?
I would have to say, because this is only the simple fact that we don't have it over here and I miss it so much, is Greg's.
Sausage, beans and cheese pasty, yeah?
Steak bake every time.
No, not steak bake.
My missus, she loves a steak bake.
No, but steak bake is not a steak bake. It is 90% bake, 5% sauce, and 5% essence of an actual steak.
It's like really tasty. You don't really get it for the steak in it. Not gonna lie.
Sausage, beans and cheese pasty has all of the above except
every time sausage. Too hot.
No, sometimes cold.
Go wait and blow.
I've never had it just right. Dorothy would be lucky to come in on the free. No, Goldilocks would be lucky to come in and get the free bears scenario. Too hot, too cold, just right.
Well, I remember going back to England a while back and them going to me, you can't have them right now because they've just come out the oven. You have to wait till they cool down. I was like, but I just want one. I'll let it cool down. Like, no, we can't legally give it to you.
They taste like they're on the surface of the sun.
Yeah, but listen, you know, with Greg's, didn't they get they got fined or something for having the Jesus cross with a sausage roll on it?
I thought it was for having a ciggy butt in it. That must have been Sayers.
No, because I remember
he doesn't have Sayers.
No,
you don't know Sayers.
Greg's or Sayers has a cigarette butt in the pastry, like a put-out cigarette butt, and they give it to a customer.
But where I was from, they actually they find this place because they actually had the cross with a sausage roll nailed to it. I was like, I get where they're coming from, but it didn't go down well with some people.
That's always someone trying to shit on the little guy.
You know what though? Greg's, I'm going to put it out there. They do a Mexican overbite, which is nice.
Nice, yeah.
They do those glazed donuts and twists, which are nice. You don't know about Sayers, and this isn't your fault.
Because Sayers is hampers everywhere.
Didn't say it's like another bakery kind of thing. No, because
Yeah.
It's called hampers.
It's the Pound Bakery
else.
now.
No,
it's the Pound Bakery. The Pound Bakery bought them.
Yeah, they bought the shop.
Yeah, and they do Pound Bakery
Sayers
instead.
is still a company.
Hampers.
Yeah, it's called Hampers everywhere apart from Liverpool.
Mate, Sayers had the best sausage roll ever.
They're the best everything. The best.
Like, it was twice as
They're
long.
in competition with Greg's, right?
Yeah, it was twice as long as a
Everyone
Greg's.
went Sayers. No one
Sayers
went
was before Greg's. No one had heard of Greg's where I lived before.
Wow.
I remember them getting the police in the stand down underneath where Wilco's was.
Do you know what a Satisweets is? I think that's just Liverpool, isn't it? Satisweets.
I don't know.
It's Crosby.
It's like a really posh sausage roll.
Oh.
It's very, very rich.
It's like having
you only have one.
It's like wrapping a big porn dick in pastry and then just slowly eating it. And they do like the most custardy cream sort of things.
They do.
Oh. Covered in icing, like God just jizzed all over the pastry.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Okay, Rox, what is your favourite fast food?
Right, so I've worked a lot of fast foods, but my favourite has got to be Chinese.
No, if we're doing that then, because I thought we were going to do like commercial
Mackies and shit.
Food. Yeah, like that's what I thought you meant.
Hey, he's got, look how pissed off James is. James Indian.
No, mine would have been Chinese. It would have been Chinese.
So what's your best Chinese dish?
I do like the Peking duck with pancakes. I love that.
Just that.
Oh, crispy duck, we just ate it.
Yeah,
Literally before we came on here, tables covered in it.
You know what we had?
So talking about
Chinese skewers.
We had crispy, of course, a crispy duck with pancakes and everything.
But do you remember when you used to live here?
Salt and pepper chicken.
Remember when you used to live here? I don't know if you ever went to it, right? But in Ardguinnigan, there is a
one on the beach.
Yes, and that one.
Been there, love it.
We went there with our girl Susie Wrong.
Give me more this.
So basically, you sit down. It's not like it's a buffet, but you don't go to a buffet.
Yeah, they come to and from.
They literally cook everything fresh and they give it to you there, and it's the same price for like the whole night. And
I think it was Christmas. You went there at Christmas with Susie Wong.
No, it wasn't Christmas. It was before. It was about October,
I think it was.
September.
But like Gran Canaria is renowned for its buffets everywhere in Puerto Rico, like buffet Chinese.
But no, I've never heard of that place, and Susie took us amazing.
And it's the first ever time I can sit down and eat for cheap and just eat as much as I want.
Yeah.
While we're online, I want to say over in Arizona, which is our trusted Puerto Rico restaurant on the beachfront next to Charlie's Bar, which is also a nice place to drink.
Opposite Waikiki, also a very nice place to drink.
Yeah, but it's France. I'm joking. I like France. But go to McGann, and where you go is Samara's.
Wow. So have you been?
Let me finish my sentence before you cut me off. Yeah, right.
Have you been, James?
Tell him to shush.
Have you been to Samara's, James?
I have. Yes, I have once. Yeah.
The manchego cheese.
Every restaurant for you.
Suckling pig.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, the kiwi chutney.
Takeaway, but
no, I didn't have that. No.
The manchego cheese.
Manchego cheese. Yeah. Get it every time. He doesn't do it the way it's like breaded. He pan fries.
James is looking for a podcast, and now we're just giving restaurant recommendations.
No, there are other restaurants available.
James is like, we're gonna have a topical debate before. But now we're talking about manchego cheese and Rox's favourite kiwi chutney.
I'm getting fucking hungry now.
All day about food.
I'm ordering a Chinese. Fucking fuck this shit.
Get on the phone, James.
All right, then, Neil, what's your favourite fast food?
Doner kebab and ketchup.
Are we going for a hat trick? Is it going to be Chinese as well?
Yeah.
Right. If I'm in Puerto Rico, I go to London Kebab.
Yeah.
And I order alioli, 3 types of cheese, including the feta, and jalapenos in one of them wraps, a kebab wrap.
With ketchup, minga.
And I guarantee you, by the time I've finished watching him pour the alioli on that doner meat, I've got a semi on. a full-on rubbery one.
Is this
Honestly,
after you've had like 20 pints or? Like,
Oh yeah.
no,
I usually get
unfortunately, there was a point where I was coming back from work from Amphi, and I was just like stopping in the car and grabbing one on the way back to Rox's, and I'm just getting a kebab on the way back because I'm a fat twat. I've been in the gym at 6 a.m. I don't care. I'm burning calories today.
Oh, I know, yeah.
Like I did it to the point where the guy knows me that well. He goes, "You want the same, sir?" I'm like, yes, I do.
When I went to the gym here, I was like, they were like, "You sticking to your diet?" Yeah. I'd finish the gym and I'd go get something to eat now. And I'd go to the Chinese buffet. I literally would. I'd be like, and I'd sit around the backs just in case, like my PT person come past or anything. What the fuck are you doing in here? I'm like, nothing.
They know as well, you know. Hey, they know, because I was saying to Robbie, big up Robbie, he's DJing now as well. But if you're ever in Puerto Rico and you want to box, go see him at Flex Gold Gym because he's good. He was just doing the pads for me, man. But I was saying to him, I used to have my own gym, and I went, I used to fucking hate doing the personal training and that, because every fucking fat cunt would come in every week. Why haven't I lost any weight? I don't know. I trained you for 8 hours straight last week. You must have lost 14 fucking kilos in sweat. Yeah. What the fuck have you been eating? Because it's not fucking humanly possible for you to walk out having an asthma attack and not lose any weight.
Remember though,
no, wait, let me finish my story. Wait, so Robbie turned around and said, I see every cunt who comes in here and does training with me, and I'll walk past the pub all fucking the Sunspot, and they'll be sat there necking a pint. Like 15 minutes after, he'll finish doing his personals and see them out there just necking pints, or you in the fucking Chinese.
Sometimes it's not how you live, it's where you live, though, isn't it?
Yeah. But when I first met Neil, I met Neil in Liverpool when he had his gym, and he was a solicitor. I was working fast food.
Giving me CV there.
Yeah. Anyone wants to give him a job, you're more than welcome. But yeah. So anyway, I was working fast food. So I was working 6 days a week fast food, all day, every day. I was eating out of that fish and chips / Chinese / kebab place like 4 to 5 times a day.
Nice chippies, good though.
Yeah, it was very good chili. Mike Shippy, Stuart Rose, Crosby.
Stop bigging up. We're like, we're not getting paid for any of these adverts.
Yeah. Did I say Greg's is the best place to go?
Yeah. Greg's, the only place he had stick up my ass.
He made me train an hour and 40 minutes.
He took Jesus off the cross.
I was kidding.
Sorry, Rox. Sorry. Go on,
no. To be fair, I liked Rox when I met her, but by the time I'd finished training her, I wanted to proper ram her.
You were saying to me, "Don't get any more muscles. You're gonna be too muscular."
You know what? I'm a funny one. Me, like dirty bastards is what I really mean.
Yeah.
Like I was like, Rox has this tendency to wear tops that show her nips, and she's completely oblivious to it. And I was like that. Maybe we should get the pads. You grip me in a tight clinch, and I'll just hold them here while you need the pads. And I'll just be. So, if you trained with me at any point in your female, you have a claim. Blacky. No. All you use are ugly dogs. I only fancy there.
On that note, I think we're gonna wrap it up, mate.
Yeah. I think James is right. We're gonna wrap this up.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up.
Ross is gonna
literally wrap it up, eat it, and go to the gym.
Gym later is. You're so old. You're so old.
Let James wrap it up. Even though I'm hosting, James is wrapping up because
I can't handle you two anymore. I'm gonna have nightmares tonight.
Yeah, I won't bring you next time, James. It'll just be me and you. It's more fun.
I tell you what, a round of applause for Rox.
Thank you. That's what
Will, cheers for coming on, mate. James, can you just ask me exactly the same thing? Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, see you later, James. Thank you, James. your gracious host.
Even though you're going to be hosting it. Oh, I don't know what's going on.
I know. Things went
Yeah, gracious guest.
Neil, would you like to ask everyone to subscribe?
Yeah. No, I wouldn't like to ask you.
No, just everyone.
No, shh. 1 second. I'm going to look this camera dead in the face. You out there better fucking subscribe. Because if you don't, I've got no real threat.
Yeah,
fucking subscribe.
Shh.
How long did you shush for? 2 fucking seconds. Seriously. Just go back for go make a ciggy.
Yeah.
Go now so I can finish it. Hit the notification bell. You're still on the couch.
I'm trying to go.
And like the video.
Beautiful. We'll end on that slap. See you later, guys.